The paradox. The world is on fire. Markets are crashing. Jobs are vanishing. Savings are shrinking. Every crisis looks the same on the surface. But beneath the panic, something strange happens, while millions lose. A small group quietly wins, not by accident, not by luck, but by design. Here's the paradox no one explains clearly. Every major crisis makes the rich richer. Recessions, market crashes, pandemics, financial meltdowns. If crises are disasters for the economy, why do fortunes always rise at the top? And more importantly, who built a system where collapse is profitable? History repeats. Let's start with a simple fact. Since 1980, the richest 1% captured more than half of all new global wealth. Not during booms alone, but especially after crashes. 2000 dot-com bust, 2008 financial crisis, 2020 pandemic collapse. Each time, the pattern repeats. The economy falls, markets crash, people panic, and then asset prices rebound, stocks recover, property surges. But only one group is positioned to buy when everything is on sale. Think of the economy like a forest. A fire burns it down. To most creatures, fire is death. But to a few species, fire is renewal. Crises don't reset the game. They reshuffle ownership. How the system works. To understand why the rich benefit, you need to understand three quiet advantages. 1. Liquidity. When markets crash, prices fall. Stocks, real estate, businesses. Who has spare cash during a crisis? Not workers living paycheck to paycheck. Not small business owners fighting to survive. Liquidity belongs to institutions, funds, corporations, the wealthy. They don't panic sell. They wait. And when fear peaks, they buy. 2. Access to credit. In a crisis, credit tightens. Banks stop lending to regular people. But large players get bailouts, cheap loans, emergency funding. In 2008, central banks flooded markets with money. That money didn't go to households first. It went to financial institutions. Those institutions used it to buy assets at historic discounts. 3. Asymmetric risk. For most people, failure is final. Lose your job, miss payments, fall behind. But for the wealthy, losses are often temporary. They diversify, they hedge, they insure. When risks are socialized and profits are privatized, collapse becomes opportunity. The moment of transfer. Let's go back to 2008. Banks collapsed. Millions lost homes. Pensions evaporated. It felt like the system broke. But behind closed doors, something else happened. Governments stepped in. Trillions were created. Rates were cut to zero. Markets were stabilized. Officially, this was to save the economy. But look closer. Stock markets bottomed, then exploded upward. Housing prices recovered, then soared beyond reach. Corporate profits hit records, while wages stagnated. By 2012, the wealthy had recovered. By 2020, they had doubled their wealth. The crisis didn't destroy the system. It purified it. Weaker players were wiped out. Stronger ones absorbed the remains, like a controlled burn. Modern reality. Now, fast forward to today. Another crisis, another shock. Pandemic, inflation, rate hikes. Once again, markets fell. And once again, the largest firms bought the dip. Private equity bought homes. Funds bought distressed assets. Meanwhile, rent rose faster than wages. Debt became unavoidable. Savings lost value to inflation. Crises don't just create inequality. They lock it in. Ownership concentrates. Power consolidates. Mobility shrinks. The system rewards those who can survive volatility and punishes those who can't. Not because of intelligence, not because of effort, but because of starting position. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Crises aren't bugs in the system. They're features. They clear debt. They reset prices. They transfer ownership. The rich don't fear crises. They prepare for them. Because in a system built on assets, leverage, and liquidity, chaos is profitable. And stability is temporary. The real divide isn't knowledge versus ignorance. It's ownership versus exposure. So here's the real question. If every crisis makes the rich richer, is the system broken? Or is it working exactly as intended? Tell me what you think.